What I'm about to share completely shattered everything I thought I knew about fixing health and finally reveals the real reason why your body refuses to heal even when you're doing everything right. If you've been battling unexplained health issues like hard to figure out digestive problems, constant bouts of anxiety or fatigue, making it hard to get through the day, then this could be the most important video you watch all year. Even if you've tried biohacking, holistic specialists, functional practitioners, conventional doctors, or even attempted your own detox protocols, this video will reveal why those efforts haven't worked and how to finally address the root of the problem. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how to go from feeling chronically unwell to fully reversing your symptoms without relying on medication, herbs, biohacks, or supplements, and without obsessing over blood work or lab tests, all the while investing less than 3 hours a week of your time. Yes, I know it sounds too good to be true. And if you're skeptical, I get it. I was exactly where you are, especially after spending over $250,000 trying to fix my own health. My job here isn't to convince you or prove anything. I'm simply here to share what's been working for me and my clients, giving you valuable insight you can apply to your own healing journey. Because I'm guessing you've been let down by the holistic health industry more times than you can count. You probably heard things like, your blood work looks fine. Just try this new supplement to see if it helps. Try cutting out these foods. Or let's see if this next protocol works. Yet, symptoms like anxiety, fatigue, inconsistent energy, brain fog, and sleep and digestive issues keep dominating your life. I know this because I've been there myself, and I'll share with you briefly my story in a minute. But what's more important is what I discovered, because it changed everything for me. And it's going to challenge everything you think you know about getting healthy. But before we dive in, let me be clear, this information and way of thinking is not for everyone. This information is not for you if, firstly, you're chasing a magic pill or quick fix. You believe the answer lies in taking more supplements. You're unwilling to change your daily habits. You rely solely on doctors and prescriptions to solve everything. You're content managing symptoms instead of addressing the root cause. You've accepted feeling okay as good enough, and you're not open to challenging what you've been taught to believe about health. Now, this information is for you if you're ready to take full ownership of your health. You understand that true healing requires time, effort, and commitment. You're done with band-aid solutions and want real, lasting results. You're willing to make meaningful change to your lifestyle. You're ready to invest in long-term well-being, not temporary fixes, and you prioritize feeling energized and vibrant over just appearing to look healthy. If you resonate with any of those pointers and ideally connect with all of them, then you're going to get a whole lot out of this training. So let me briefly introduce you to my world and how I got here. I went from being overwhelmed by chronic health struggles like low energy, anxiety, along with rock bottom testosterone. I struggled with persistent fatigue and brain fog that crushed my productivity at work. I also had chronic digestive issues that left me always feeling sluggish and uncomfortable. It was an absolute nightmare that nearly cost me my relationship with my partner and my career at that time in my life. Fast forward to today, I'm very much a high-performing individual with boundless energy, a sharp mind, and feeling awesome in my body. Initially, I tried to fix the issue by taking a mountain of supplements each day, working with multiple holistic practitioners, investing in all the expensive biohacking gadgets, and obsessing on over-restrictive diets that left me feeling drained. In hindsight, this was a poor strategy, as none of it addressed the toxic burden in my body, and I only saw mild improvements, if any. The over-restrictive diets wrecked my gut health even more and made me feel more deprived. Essentially, I was not addressing the root cause of the issue, keeping me stuck in a cycle of frustration and poor health. So let me quickly go back to where it all started. I was just like you. First, I jumped on Google, Reddit forums, Instagram, and YouTube to find out what could be going on with me and if anyone had experienced similar issues. I tested out all kinds of supplements, reduced the types of foods I ate. I hopped from one diet to another one, like low FODMAP, keto, carnivore. I literally tried them all. Yet still my symptoms and poor health persisted. I'm guessing most of you watching have probably bypassed your regular doctor and gone straight to a holistic approach. But for those who still turn to their doctor first, I want to take a moment to give you my view. Don't get me wrong when I say this, doctors and allopathic medicine have their place and are incredible when it comes to acute situations or crises. If you've got a broken bone or any other emergency, you definitely want modern medicine on your side. But here's the catch. The allopathic medical approach excels at handling acute emergencies. But when it comes to the chronic health challenges we face today, their playbook focuses on symptom suppression rather than tackling the root cause. In most cases, you go to the doctor, describe your symptoms, and you leave with a prescription for something that helps you feel better in the short term, but not fix the problem in the long term. For example, if you have a skin issue, they might prescribe a cream and the problem will likely go away. But 9 times out of 10, it will eventually come back, likely worse than before. These treatments rarely address the underlying cause of the problem. You might leave with a painkiller for your headache, a pill for indigestion, or a sleep aid to help you rest, but are you truly any healthier? Allopathic medicine is powerful for emergencies, but limited in preventing and reversing chronic issues plaguing our society today. And unfortunately, we end up relying on meds to get by without ever addressing the real problem. Now, when allopathic medicine falls short, a lot of people then turn to what I call mainstream holistic health. I started out trying holistic solutions, which I like to deem a more substitutive approach to healing. Things like biohacking, endless supplements, lab work, functional medicine protocols, restrictive diets like keto, carnivore, or even online juice cleanse programs. These approaches have some great benefits and they do often provide temporary relief and can help reset certain systems within the body. But here's where it gets tricky. Just like with the meds, many of these approaches are still aimed at managing symptoms. For example, if you're deficient in a certain nutrient, is the real solution just to take that supplement for the rest of your life? Or could the root cause be based on toxin exposures from your external environment, poor gut health, the backlog of toxicity within your body, or even lifestyle factors? This substitutive approach only addresses certain areas and not the whole picture. So maybe you're taking supplements to support your health, or you're adopting an extreme diet, cutting out certain foods you think are causing inflammation and low energy. The downside to this approach? Firstly, it's a lot of effort and often very restrictive for your lifestyle. Secondly, you become reliant on these supplements or locked into a diet that's hard to maintain. And the worst part, if you stop, the symptoms often come right back. I know people who are spending $1,500 to $2,500 per month on supplements. That's roughly $20,000 a year just for their issues to revert back once they stop taking them. That ROI is almost non-existent. So while the substitutive approach of mainstream holistic health can be powerful, it doesn't fully solve the problem. Instead, it can turn into a cycle of where you're dependent on constant biohacks and supplements just to feel okay. You end up living in a narrow bandwidth of what you can and can't do, like limiting the foods you could eat, which has a huge impact on your social life, or having to overthink about whether you'll be able to do certain activities as they may flare up your symptoms. After trying both allopathic and mainstream holistic health without long-term success, I had to develop my own solution that would actually fix my problem. It took me nearly 5 years of trial and error to finally figure it out. But the key to my recovery was detoxifying my body from all of the toxins that were clogging up my system. That's when everything changed 180 degrees for the better. Because instead of suppressing symptoms with medications, relying on endless supplements, following restrictive diets, and being stuck in a pattern of managing my symptoms, I started removing the backlog of toxins from my body, supporting my body's self-healing mechanism and addressing the root cause of my symptoms, creating lasting results without any of my previous dependencies, and having a solution that was sustainable and worked with my lifestyle. I was later able to reverse engineer this process into a system that I call root cause detoxification. I've distilled this process into a simple 4R framework, which I want to quickly share with you. So firstly, you have reestablish your foundations. This is about building a strong, toxin-free environment within our external and internal environment, stopping the overexposure of toxins in your daily life whilst healing and sealing the gut. This is important because without a strong foundation, the body cannot properly detoxify or heal. It's like trying to build a house on unstable ground. Nothing will last in the long term. This starts by eliminating inflammatory foods like seed oils, grains, and processed items from your diet. They're major roadblocks to healing. Equally important is addressing hidden toxins in your environment, what I like to call our toxin blind spots. For example, it's shocking how many people still sleep with their phone inches away from them or carry it in their pockets, unknowingly exposing themselves to harmful non-native EMFs. The next R is restoring the elimination pathways. This is about supporting the body's natural detox organs like the liver, kidneys, colon, lymphatic system, and skin to effectively remove toxins. This is also important because if our elimination pathways are clogged, toxins and congestion like mucoid plaque and gallstones build up over years and years, leading to more symptoms and less robust health. Think of it as unblocking the pipes before flushing out the system. This starts by prioritizing involving the cleansing of all of your organs in a systematic step-by-step approach. Also, the use of binders to effectively capture and eliminate toxins from your body and activate toxin release through consistent practices such as regular sauna and exercise. Then we have resetting the nervous system. This is about shifting the body from a stressed fight or flight state into a relaxed rest and digest state for healing. This is important because chronic stress shuts down detoxification and healing, making it nearly impossible for the body to recover. A balanced nervous system is the key to promote healing. We focus on calming your nervous system by incorporating science-backed practices like deep breathing and meditation, which research shows can reduce stress hormones and promote relaxation. Also, spending time in nature and reducing EMF exposure are all essential for resetting your body's stress response and supporting overall healing. Finally, the last pillar is rebalancing parasitic load. This is about identifying and addressing hidden parasitic infections that steal nutrients and release toxins, disrupting overall health. This is important because parasites can hijack your health by blocking detoxification pathways, weakening your immune system, and keeping your body trapped in a cycle of chronic inflammation. As Dr. Kevin Cahill famously put it in the documentary Invasion of the Brain Snatchers, parasites have killed more humans than all wars in history, highlighting how critical it is to address these hidden invaders. This starts with targeted protocols which combine natural anti-parasitic compounds along with a systematic approach of elimination, both orally and rectally. This ensures comprehensive removal whilst using binders to capture and safely escort parasite die-off out of your body. And after taking hundreds of people through this 4R framework, it's safe to say that this is the best way to reverse all your health symptoms. Not just because it's worked for me, but has also worked for so many people who were in your exact situation before they started. For example, James, who had chronic anxiety and fatigue, was bedbound for most of the time and had chemical sensitivities from everyday items like perfume and cleaning products. Within 3 months of implementing the principles of root cause detox, he was able to get back to what he enjoyed the most, which is wakeboarding. Or Jeff, who had been suffering from digestive issues like bloating and constipation to the point he couldn't even remember the last time he had eaten something without feeling bad. He was also easily irritable. But after going through root cause detox, he was able to get back to his passion for creating music, and he was no longer bogged down with digestive dramas. He even built his dream physique at the gym way easier than before. Honestly, I could go on and on with client success stories. I've worked with over 130 entrepreneurs with every health issue you could possibly imagine. I've helped them reverse their entire health issues as if they never existed. My point here, I'm not trying to convince you of anything. If you're still skeptical, I'm happy to share with you a ton of case studies and resources. Although it could be possible that my content was put in front of you for a reason. That being that likely you're open to taking ownership of your health and life in general. Regardless, here's where you now have to make a choice. You can continue spending money on supplements that don't work and intuitively know they don't do anything. Following restrictive diets that control your work and personal life, stay stuck with managing symptoms without solving the real problem and watching your health slowly decline. Or you can choose to address the root cause and finally create lasting change. And if you're still watching, you probably sense that this approach is different. Maybe this is something that you've been looking for. And you're right, this isn't another health fad or quick fix. This is about creating real, sustainable transformation from the inside out. If this video has piqued your interest and you believe that root cause detox could be the solution that you've been searching for, I'd love to invite you to send me a DM on Instagram with the word detox. Let's chat about how we can make this work for you and your health. And if you're not ready yet or still skeptical, feel free to follow me on Instagram and listen to my podcast as I go more in depth about this process so you can get more context and value. All the details are linked below. I would love to help in any way that I can, of course. And I hope this was helpful and gave you some insight on the things that you can implement to live the healthiest version of yourself. Thanks so much for watching and see you soon in another training.